Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. And this video is actually one of those nice videos where there's actually some kind of good news going on when it comes to restocks, especially when it comes to consoles, when it comes to Xboxes, when it comes to GPUs, when it comes to everything of the sort, even Switches out there, and it does finally seem like we're slowly tapering back to normal. Now, as I keep on always mentioning on these types of videos, especially as this is a little bit of a late night Sunday video, is slowly getting there. It's not there yet, it's not going to be happening literally tomorrow, but every single time, every few weeks, we kind of like have a nice reflection on this, and it kind of goes and seems like, oh hey, like maybe this stock was available for an extra 10 minutes longer, or hey, this stock is actually maybe available for a slightly lower price, or hey, there's maybe slightly less third-party scalper and botting listings up on eBay and Facebook. And while every single week it's not 100% of, oh, I could just casually walk into, say, Best Buy and buy insert all these products, it does seem a little bit more on occasion where now we're like, hey, I can go to Micro Center and walk into a store and get this stock, maybe if I check like once throughout the week, or hey, if I keep on checking Target in the morning, I might go get my PS5 after 2 to 3 weeks. So it's not like perfect, and don't get me wrong, but this is actually very good news where it seems like we are finally making that next really big step of it. Things are finally calming down, at least just a little bit. So we have a lot of stuff to go talk about over here, and overall kind of good news too as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, restock news, gaming news, and all of that. As well, make sure you guys are also using the Twitter link down below, because we actually do have another PS5 giveaway going on over there. And as well, if you guys want to get the Xbox Series X, is available up in retail like we're even talking about throughout this video, a link down below. Twitter and Twitch stream as well. If you guys want to hang on the Twitch stream, I always love to have you guys there. And all the other various links down below, Weeble, Coinbase, and all that stuff. So let's go dive in the video. So one of these kind of more bigger focuses we're going to put on as of right now is on the NVIDIA GPUs, because this also kind of pertains out to every single other restocking location, stock amounts, and all of that, because it's actually, for once in our life, doing good. And we're going to probably keep on talking about NVIDIA and like AMD throughout the next few weeks, because I feel like they're kind of like the very first stepping stone, because as you guys know, for say the 3060, 3070, 3080, 3090s, etc., there's a lot of different cards. It's almost in like a good comparison to say Microsoft's Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X, where it's kind of like you could have various different levels of supply, and then whenever one starts becoming more normalized, it usually means all the other ones will be going up big too as well. But it also, I think, means there's going to be even more bigger stock out here too. So we have a cool article over here from Digital Trends talking about how NVIDIA's GPU restock could spell the end of the GPU shortage. So as the GPU industry finally returns to normalcy, it's been slowly getting there every week and week and week, it seems that the end of the GPU shortage has finally arrived, with a new NVIDIA campaign highlighting the fact that stock levels for the RTX 3000 series graphics cards have finally been significantly boosted. So this is also kind of like, I think, the same similar trend we're seeing when it comes to the Xbox and PlayStations, where over time, number one, the demand dies down. As more people get the consoles, more people get the GPUs, more people have like the money to go spend on it, or they buy it from scalpers or botters, it basically kind of equalizes. Just the very normal fundamental supply and demand. Easy peasy. But as well, when they also had the bigger production levels, where a lot of these places like 2 years ago were like, oh, we should probably make more. We're now finally seeing a lot of those effects, even for the Xbox especially, where they finally put the money where their mouth is, and these big companies are finally going and making more consoles and making more GPUs, which is very nice to see. So they want to look into equip their system with any RTX 3000 board, so no longer actually having a problem finding one for purchase, with Teams Green's Restocked and Reloaded initiative confirming that stock for all variants of the GeForce 3000 range have been replenished and will reportedly remain in stock indefinitely moving forward. So I'm going to go put a little bit of a bigger thing over here too as well. When it comes to stock, it's not going to be perfect. So as you guys know, certain GPU cards are either cheaper or just a better bang for your buck. So we're still going to be seeing issues with, say, the Founders Editions, which are the best and probably pinnacle price point of these graphics cards, mainly because they're the cheapest, as well as also like they're just the most baseline. Which is very nice to see. It's almost kind of comparison for consoles. Think like a PS5 versus a PS5 bundle. Most of the time, you'd rather just go for a normal console itself. And as well, there are certain other big retailers, such as like EVGA, that are slightly more impactful, like they're more in demand. Although, if you guys just want to go and settle for a more mid-tier GPU card, you guys totally can as well. So it does seem like a lot of stuff is finally, thankfully, coming to an end. The GPU shortage is finally coming to an end, as you guys can see, alongside a general statement mentioning that the GeForce 3000 series graphics cards are now available. A quick look into NVIDIA's external retail links associated with the GPU also does indeed show that these boards are now largely available at most online marketplaces. And this is kind of how I've been seeing a lot too as well. You look at Micro Centers, and a lot of folks are either able to do like a 1 to 2 week wait, where they just talk to employees, and the employees are nice and wholesome, and they're like, yeah, Here's your email. We'll send you a text or email when it comes in stock. We'll hook you guys up. No big deals. Or as well for Amazon, as I mentioned, a lot of the more mid-tier or lower-tier GPU cards, like makers, actually have stock available. Now, of course, obviously, you're not going to get the pinnacle as often. Kind of like I said, comparison for bundles. Like, you could probably get a bundle pretty easy for PS5 or Xboxes, but when it comes to the normal retail stuff, it's still a bit of an issue. But, as well, it's slowly carrying up. Like, all this stuff is slowly getting better. And this also, once again, kind of ties into where if you could see a lot of these GPU makers also getting a lot of extra chips and extra supplies, it also kind of trickles into other stuff like the PS5 and Xbox, where while it's not going to be a one-to-one comparison, this kind of goes and shows the market's calming down. But as well, there's also a really good thing to go and also push towards, I would say, third-party sellers. Whereas you guys keep on seeing that, although these consoles or GPUs or whatever might also still sell out relatively quickly, if you also have a lot less scalpers and botters interested in purchasing into it, that just means that they're also more likely to as well be able to go and deal with it and have more stock available. It's like versus having like 10,000 PS5s or GPUs at Walmart versus having 50,000. Obviously, the more 50,000 stock drops you have, because there's less botters and scalpers, just means there's more stuff available, and that kind of does pertain to the GPUs and everything else too as well. One of NVIDIA's partners, EVJ, also recently restocked certain 3000 series products as well, which can be bought at prices that are much more affordable than the inflated costs they were during the package of the peak GPU shortage, which is also nice to see because it makes the price points are going down more. And therefore, it seems the days of struggling to acquire 3000 series video cards are now behind us. Due to the GPU shortage and ensuring global price increases, popular graphics cards, particularly from both AMD and NVIDIA, were extremely hard to find over the past 2 years. And thankfully now, this is like the good news here, and hopefully we can have this fully for the Xbox soon, which is, it's pretty much there. I would say Xbox at like 80%, Switch is at like 99%, like those guys are pretty much available everywhere. PS5s, I'd probably put like a 30, but it's slowly getting up there. Like every drop is getting like 31, then the 32, then the 33, and at some point it'll be a 70, it'll be in stock for like an hour per drop or stuff like that. So during 2020 and 2021, scalpers capitalized on the situation and charged prices that were basically double or triple the manufacturer's suggested prices, as well as crypto miners do as well, and other various things. And of course, these two groups with the crypto miners, scalpers, and enthusiasts essentially made all the NVIDIA and AMD based cards extremely hard to find. The shortage was also exuberated with scalpers and miners started relying on strategic methods to buy a GPU, such as automated bot systems, and I will still stand by the botting systems are probably one of the worst cases out there when it comes to consoles, when it comes to stock, and when it comes to everything else. And as well, a lot of folks are just making so much money off the eBay. So I almost like wish we could like make a documentary on how this stuff all pretty much happened, which would be actually super fun to make. The shortage even affected last-gen graphics cards with NVIDIA Turing boards, in particular, seeing their retail prices soaring too as well. And thankfully for all this one, as we kind of covered throughout the article so far in our talks, the price points for third party going down. Price points from first party going down. Stock availability. You could probably go and find a 3000 series card, although maybe not the perfect one, as of literally right this second watching this video. If you guys go on Amazon or Newegg or other various places too as well. And the big thing too is whenever that's all fully done, that's when the magic happens. Because whenever the GPUs basically get their prices at normal MSRP, that means that people, or it's basically, it means at that point the demand has met the supply. Although maybe like a little bit more slowly tapered on the fact that demand's a little bit higher. But as we also get closer towards the 4000 series cards, less people want the 3000 series cards and would rather put their extra money on the 4000 cards too as well, which is nice to see. So alongside NVIDIA's new campaign, GPU prices are continuing to drop, according to also 3D Center's latest reports, where they analyze the manufacturing suggested retail prices of all these boards, and looking at March 27th to April 17th, NVIDIA GTX's 3000 AMD 6000 cards actually would cost like 20% and 12% over their MSRPs respectively, while before they were priced over 25% too as well. And on top of that, it also shows that the availability on the same exact charts too on top of that are all actually hitting their highest levels, which you actually had a chance to go and showcase this not too long ago. But if you guys also look at this chart, you guys can kind of see this majorly straight down line, which once again, putting it back to the PS5 and Xbox, it does seem like it all correlates. At this point, we basically had the huge holiday bump up, and it slowly went down to as well when it came from all that stuff, which is nice. Although that might be more on the May side. But either way, we're just seeing huge downpours. Price points are getting better all across the board. Availability is getting better all across the board. Console prices everywhere, and retail prices are getting better on third-party markets. And everything we're seeing, all this stuff is also great. And as well, with the also next upcoming gen of GPUs and AMD cards and all that stuff, it does go to show that a lot more people are getting a little bit more excited towards the newer products, and also kind of tones down the likelihood of prior consoles. Kind of the same thing if like a PS5 Slim or Pro or Xbox Series X Pro was announced, we'd probably have a little bit of a time down too as well. So all around, I think this is great news. It does look like restocks are getting better. It looks like general restocks everywhere are getting better. It looks like stock is getting better. And although it's not fully fixed yet, I do like seeing this. So make sure you guys go and give a like and comment if you guys want to. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter giveaway down below as well. And just normal Twitter follows, Twitch as well. If you guys want to follow, hang out, and shows we play games. And we also have the Xbox Series X's down below and the Weeble and Coinbases as well. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching.